Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to my study room. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hasan Zeki Alp. I'm electronic engineer. In my available times, I lecture on programming languages, and Kotlin was one of them. So far, I have prepared 2 lessons, and this is going to be the 3rd lesson. And I'd like to give some information about the idea that I use for such lessons. JetBrains-IntelliJIDEA Community Edition is that I use for lecturing, for giving these lessons. And I already prepared some examples in my directory. And today here I will start with the 21st, I think. Okay, without wasting any time, I would like to show you the environment that I used to show you. Okay, 21st, just as I said. So I would like to change this scene so as to include my view. Okay. In our last example, we talked about some prefix and postfix notation. Here, I'd like to show an example regarding this. Here, I define a variable x, and after that, I define another variable y. So it's gonna be x. However, before that, the value of x will be incremented. Okay, and let's print it once again here. And after that, I'd like to show the factual value of y. So this is an example for prefix. So let's make it run. Okay, as you can see, the value of x when it is printed becomes 5, and y is also assigned the equal value of x. So both the x and y will have the same values, so as to be 5. And as a postfix example, I here gave another letter for assigning. Variable p is gonna be 4, so variable q is gonna be the equal value of p. And after that, because the interpreter program will run from the most left to the right order, so after assigning a value is going to be incremented. So that's why it's called postfix, because actually assignment is performed and increment is performed later. And when we run this one, we would see that p will be 5. However, q will be 4. Because in first q will be assigned so as to be the equal to p, and after that p will be increased. If we change the order of this one, it's not gonna make any change, because this notation causes that. The first one is called prefix. Okay, the increment is performed before the assignment, and the other is called postfix. That means assignment is already performed, and after that increment will occur. Of course, this can be increment or decrement according to the necessity. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'd like to show an example for string templates. So this is the format that I'd like to show you. I assign a variable x so as to be 5, and as first s1 variable will be a val one, so it's not going to be changed. Please keep in mind. And this string is going to be print out. So when it is print out, the $ x will be replaced by this value. So just we can run this snippet and see the result. Okay, value is 5 is printed on the screen. Okay, let me show you another one. Okay, we go on with string templates. One more example. This time our x variable will be 5 and our y variable will be 6. So by means of this interpolation, it's called interpolation, x plus y, the value of x plus y will be printed out. So this is a string, and this string will include the numeric value of sum, the numeric value of this addition. Okay, just I would like to run this one, and sum is 11. Okay, this is another example. So I'd like to show you replace parenthesis with parenthesis method to show you. And here I define a variable x. I define another variable here. Okay, s1 value x. Okay, $x value is $x. So the other one, s2 s1 dot replace old value is gonna be changed so as to be was, but now the value is this one. Okay, just it may seem confusing in fact, but just I'd like to show you its function, its result by implementing this snippet. Okay, here value was 5, but now is 7. Okay, this is the printing order. Value was value is going to be changed by was. So value was, and after that the value of x will be printed out, and the next part of the string will be but now is x plus 2. So 5 plus 2 equals 7 will be printed out as the actual the renewed value. Okay, the important thing here is that you have to mention the existing string name dot replace method. So actually this notation is due to the sophisticated IntelliJ IDEA's guidance. I didn't place these keywords, but for the sake of clarity, it makes this software makes it by itself. I think it is clear enough, so I can go with another example. This time I here assign a variable so as to string, and another variable age. It's gonna be integer. Okay, now it accepts an input from the user. So before that input, I mention it, please, so as to remind the user, please insert your name and age. This is the string that's gonna be print out before you enter, or it invites you to enter something, name, and this is the structure I have to mention, read line, and this is another read line is converted to integer. Actually, in this form, the default is string, and if you would like to accept the input as an integer, because age is an integer manner, so we'd like to use this one structure. You will become familiar with this structure day after day, after example after, and hi, dollar name, your name here, you are blah 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 years old. Just I'd like to run it and see the result. Okay, it accepts my name, Hasan Zeki Alp. Okay, and 59, this is my age. Hi Hasan Zeki Alp, you are 59 years old. Message is printed on the screen by using this string variable and this integer variable. Okay, let's go with another example. Okay, I'd like to show you if and else structure here as control flow elements, methods, and I here assign a value hour, for variable hour 11, and I here make a comparison for noon, and if hour less than 12, so it's going to be print out a message so as to say good morning, and if else the outside of this if block else, that means this case is not valid, so it's gonna say good day. That means for example, if the hour is greater than 12, for example 13 or 15, it's gonna say good day. Okay, just I'd like to make it run. Actually it was the time is 11, so it's gonna display good morning on the screen. Okay, I here would like to show it in a Boolean comparison. Actually the value, our variable equals to 11, and this is my is morning variable. It's a Boolean type, and if it is our this is a comparison hour less than 12. Okay, that means is morning. Others saying the value of is morning logical Boolean variable true. If it is true, do this one. If it is not true, this do this. That means the value of logical value of Boolean value of this one is determined here. Okay, determined here, because this is an equalization, this is an assignment. In fact, this is not a comparison, because this the value of this comparison is assigned this part. Okay, from right to the left one. Okay, let me run this and see the result once again. Okay, another good morning will be printed out on the screen. Okay, let me show you another example. I here would like to show you if-else structure by logical comparison within the structure. Here are our variables, variable A and B. So I here define another variable so as to max. It's going to be integer. Okay, what is going to be assigned to this variable? This is going to be assigned. Let me have a look. Okay, if else structure, just I said if A greater than B. Okay, is that true? No. If A is not greater than B, A else B. So the first part does not meet our comparison condition, circumstance, so the other part, else part, will be valid, will be run. So b variable, the equation, the value of this variable will be assigned as max. Actually 42 is greater than 8, so I'd like to make it printed. It's gonna be printed 42. Okay, just it's an interesting example, in fact, because it saves place and bytes. In fact, just I'd like to show you this one. Just look here. Only it consumes 122 bytes. Just we can count. It's about 115. So there must some overhead bytes so as to consume. And comparing other examples, this is so little, so consumes so little space in computer memory. This is important, and this is sometimes important to make it run at the quickest time in a single line. Okay, this is another one. And if else if chain, this is an example for this chain. Okay, here define an variable age so as to be accepted from the user by means of this structure. It's gonna be converted into integer. Okay, read line, this is uppercase, this important, parenthesis, and double exclamation mark, dot to end. And there comes a comparison here with 20. If age less than 20, that means if this rule is observed, or if this rule gives positive logic, plus logic, 1 logic, so it's going to be printed out too young. And if the other part of is if structure, else if, there is another comparison here. If age greater than 50, it's gonna say too old. Else, that means the other circumstance that corresponds to the case, to the situation, is gonna say welcome. Okay, just I can choose here. For example, let's imagine that we are a teenager, 17 years old. It says too young. That means this part of this snippet is run, is performed, and we'll run once again. Let me say, okay, 27, for example. So it gives welcome because else branch runs. And for example, let me say I'm for this one 59. Okay, too old. It says too old for welcome. I think it was a joke. Just it's up to you how young you are feeling. You feel. It's not a matter of being old. It's a matter of gaining age. This is my philosophy, by the way. I'd like to mention this reality. Okay, let's go on with our expression. When expression. When is somehow very useful by comparing other controlling loops, controlling elements. I here define a variable num so as to be 15. So by mentioning num within parentheses, I say if when it is 10, it's going to be like this. Okay, when it is 15, this. So it is up to you how many branches you can add here. You can place very exceptional comparisons here. Else, that means when all these circumstances do not meet as a nature is gonna print out default case. So guys, I'd like to run once again. Okay, case 2 is selected for 15. Okay, case 2. This is the end of lesson 3 for Kotlin. Thanks a lot for your time, for your attention, guys. Next time there will be lesson 4, and we'll go in further and further with Kotlin's features, Kotlin's specifications. I hope you enjoy and you find it useful, these Kotlin lessons. Besides Kotlin lessons, I willingly present the specific functions of IntelliJ IDEA. However, this is gonna take some time, day after day, lesson after lesson, lecture after lecture. We'll find out much more sophisticated features of this great product. And thanks for JetBrains for this community edition. I'd like to mention my gratitude once again, and thanks for your time, for sparing for me to watch these Kotlin lessons. Thanks again. Bye bye, you guys. Bye bye.